Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another review. Today I'm talking about a fragrance called Timbuktu by Artisan Parfumeur. This is a house which is based out of France, Paris, and they are known for creating amazingly creative, unique odor profile fragrances. Most of their creations are very creative, highly enjoyable if you like creative fragrances. This was released in 2004 and the parfumeur is Bertrand Duchaufour, the magician. You give him incense and he creates fairy tales. Think of Jubilation 25, a fragrance from this house called Saville Aloube, or whatever it is in French. I'll put a picture. So, Bertrand Duchaufour has created magical fragrances where incense is involved. Here, he's trying to do the same thing. Let's see if he's been successful or not. So, let me start with a fresh spray. This is an atomizer which will beat Chanel. It just goes whoop. Alright, so Timbuktu. It's inspired by an imaginary travel into Africa. As the name suggests, Timbuktu. When you spray this, it's a lot of things hitting you. And depending on what time of the day, what kind of weather outside, this fragrance will change. But roughly, it remains like so. The opening has a lot of incense, like I said, but the most notable thing about this is it's so tangy because it has a note of raw mangoes, unripe mangoes, green mangoes. And if you're from the subcontinent, if you're from India, if you're from Pakistan, even Bangladesh, this time of the year, they use green mangoes to create a drink which is extremely helpful to reduce the effects of heat exposure. So people from the subcontinent will love this smell. It's green mango mixed with a little of sugary sweetness. And my God, this amazing opening, incense goes back a bit. And almost as if you're smelling fresh, uncut grass. Just a little hint of it with tons of dew on it. Wet grass, as if you're walking bare feet on wet grass. What a beautiful, beautiful opening. This fragrance is spectacular. In its entirety, this is an experience. So that's the opening. The green mango stays, and then comes in a note of papyrus. Papyrus and incense work beautifully. I've tried many fragrances with these two notes, and they create a very serious yet very variable kind of an experience. It's a serious fragrance. It becomes serious. And obviously incense is there. There's also a note of Caro Carunde. I don't know what this smells like. I've never seen it listed in any other fragrances apart from this. Apparently, it's an African flower. It's used extensively in African voodoo involving sexual magic. Never smelt it, but very interesting fact for you. Caro Carunde. Now, the fragrance starts to become slightly earthy, and that earthiness is from myrrh. And then further on, when it starts to dry down, it brings in a real nice vetiver. Along with myrrh and vetiver, the green mango stays, and there is this note of patchouli. So those are the prominent notes. There is also this ambery feel because there's styrax, I believe. So floral warm amber. I'm not getting any styrax. I'm really enjoying the fragrance though. It's slightly tangy, slightly sweet. Sweet sour, incense vetiver. That's the main theme of the fragrance. It's just amazing. And on a cloudy day, it smells the best. And sometimes on a cloudy day, when I apply this fragrance seems like bringing in day and night together. There's a dark aspect of incense papyrus, and there's this bright aspect of raw mango, green vetiver, and somehow they're trying to meet in the middle. It's a very exotic, very new kind of a feel, very unique. So that's the fragrance. So pros and cons. Number one pro, extremely creative, very unique fragrance. There's nothing in my collection, there's nothing that I smelt in the larger scenario which matches Timbuktu, which is even coming close to Timbuktu. So this is highly creative, very unique. Number two, upside. The fragrance is one of those fragrances which is basically an olfactive pleasure. It's to give you, if you're a collector, if you like complex fragrances, it will give you a new experience. And along with creativity, when you get something which is a new experience, something that you have never smelled before, light and dark mixing together to create this amazing sensation, you're going to love it, right? Number three, if you're a vetiver lover and if you're an incense lover, you're in for a treat. Both those two notes have been executed to perfection. So if you create an incense list, it'll figure there. If you create a vetiver list, it'll figure there. It's one of those fragrances where those two notes are just superb. But those are not the only two notes. But those two notes are fantastic. And as I said, the sour and the sweet aspect is what I enjoy the most, along with these two notes. Downsides, performance. This is not a beast mode fragrance. It lasts about 7 hours on your skin. It has very little projection and very little sillage. Well, actually, low to medium sillage, low to medium projection, and decent longevity, right? But, it's so beautiful and so creative and so nice to smell. You absolutely wouldn't mind. I've applied it on my shirt and enjoyed it. When it's cloudy, when it's rainy, it's just amazing. So that's the downside. Second downside. Now this I do not know, but I've heard that this has been reformulated. So the new bottles of Artisan Parfumeur, you will see it. It's very, very different to this bottle here. They have been reformulated. But this was never a beast. So if you watered this down, I don't know how it would be. But as I said, I have not tried it. I've heard about it. So those are two downsides. Value for money. Now, value for money for a creative fragrance like this, a completely fresh concept, very unique and sensational experience, is pretty high. Artisan Parfumeurs are not cheap. If you go for 100 ml and you score one under 100, you're very lucky. 50 ml will cost you anywhere between 65 and 75 pounds. Could be even more. Depends on where you get it. If you choose eBay, you'll get it for even less than that. See if you can get it for less than that. And you can. Sometimes you can score. So that's the value for money. Time of the day, season, in between season. So spring and autumn, perfect. Especially when it's overcast, cloudy, rainy. It smells amazing. It's a very contemplative fragrance. So darker outside, the more darker outside it is, the better and brighter you will feel when you wear this fragrance. It's a pick-me-up. It's a mood uplifter. It's a very nice fragrance. So that's the season. Who should wear this? Age groups. Anybody who likes creative fragrances. Incense, vetiver are both mature notes. So 35 plus, I would say. Anybody who likes creative fragrances, anybody who's a serious sort of an individual should benefit from this, but 35 plus is probably the right age group for this fragrance. Compliment factor, I think it would be mediocre. Not many people get compliments wearing a smoky, earthy vetiver. So you have to keep that in mind. But if you're, as I said, if you like creative fragrances, new experiences, something that is stunning and unique, you will like this. This is not for compliments, I would say. Occasions, daytime, it smells better because of those notes. Green mango, vetiver, even the kind of incense that has been used, slightly muddy, myrrh, all those notes bring together a better experience during day. But it smells equally nice in the evening, just has a little bit of an edge during daytime, I would say. So I've covered all aspects. Marks out of 10. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It is one of the most creative vetiver fragrances in my collection, but it's not a fragrance that I would wear when I want other people to smell me. So those are the downsides. As I mentioned, based on those downsides, plus the rumor that this has been reformulated. I'm giving it a 7. I think that's a fair. Hope you enjoy the review, fellas. Take care. Bye bye.